Have you ever looked at a painting and felt like it was moving, even though it's completely still? That's exactly what happens when you look at The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. At first glance, it shows a quiet village under a night sky. But the longer you look, the more it feels like the sky is alive, swirling, glowing, and almost emotional. But what was Van Gogh really trying to say? The Starry Night was painted in 1889 while Vincent van Gogh was staying in a mental asylum in Saint Remy de Provence, France. The painting shows a bright moon and glowing stars, a dark but peaceful village, a large swirling sky that dominates the entire scene, and a tall cypress tree reaching upward like a flame. The contrast between the calm village and the chaotic sky creates a strong emotional tension. One of the most striking elements is the color. Van Gogh uses deep blues and bright yellows. The blue represents sadness, loneliness, and calmness, while the yellow stars feel like hope or life breaking through darkness. So the composition is also important. The sky takes up most of the painting, which makes it feel like emotions are overpowering reality. The brush strokes are thick and swirling, almost like waves or wind, and this creates movement, making the sky feel alive and restless. And the cypress tree in the foreground can symbolize a connection between earth and sky, life and death, or reality and the spiritual world. Vincent van Gogh was a Dutch post-impressionist artist who struggled with mental illness throughout his life. He only sold one painting while he was alive and often felt isolated and misunderstood. During his stay in the asylum, he still continued to paint, using art as a way to cope with his emotions and his mental state. So, the Starry Night was not just a view outside his window, it was a reflection of what he felt inside. So, what was Vincent van Gogh trying to express? Rather than simply painting the night sky, he transformed it into an emotional experience. So, the swirling sky may represent his inner emotional chaos, his struggle with mental health, or even a search for hope in darkness. The glowing stars suggest that even in pain, there is still beauty and light. The quiet village below contrasts this chaos, possibly showing the distance between the calm world outside and the turmoil inside his mind. This interpretation is supported by Van Gogh's mental health struggles during the time he painted it, his letters describing strong emotions tied to nature and the night sky, and his use of expressive, non-realistic brushwork typical of emotional expression rather than realism. Understanding the context behind the Starry Night completely changes how we see it. At first, it may just look like a beautiful night scene. But knowing Van Gogh's life, struggles, and emotions, it becomes something much deeper, a visual expression of the human mind. So it teaches us that art is not always about what we see, but about what the artist feels. So the next time you look at the Starry Night, don't just see the sky, see the emotion behind it. Because sometimes the loudest storms are not in the sky, but inside the artist. That would be all. Thank you.